Do tournaments excite you? Enough to give you a semi? A semi-final, that is. Pull your mind out of the gutter. Hit it. It's going to be like an echo with me starting like that after the music does that.
Yeah.
Hello everyone! Semi-final number 1. Just in the can. And by that I mean that they are knights in plate.
Definitely in plate.
With tin openers, ready to attack each other.
Yeah, bloody sardine.
I will have you yet. I will have you. Pierce arm.
Why you blow?
Disarm. Magnet. Unless you get one of those magnetic can openers, then you're really in trouble.
Yeah.
Electronic ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Amelia. Kratan. Dragon Lord Pendragon.
Yeah.
Up against Miss Amelia. Well, his entrance was kind of spectacular, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Amelia was less so, but it was to be expected. She walked out, you see, which is what people are supposed to do.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Well, he didn't walk out.
No. There was a great big thudding sound as a higher dragon, an enslaved beast, stepped out into the stadium with a muzzle on and multiple chains around its body and around its neck, with lots of handlers all holding it in place, walking it out into the arena, and the audience was starting to freak out. And then the muzzle part on it snapped and started breaking like teeth away and fell off, and that's when everyone started panicking big time, and its mouth opened, and inside its mouth, crouched down in a kind of Brucey stance, was the Dragon Lord Pendergast, who stepped out of the dragon's mouth.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Quite the entrance, I'll give him that.
The dragon's had its wings clipped. It's a dragon that has given in to him. He
literally stared it down.
He stared it. He's got willpower 8 with self-discipline focus, guys. Right? He's got dragon bane weapons made of dragon parts. His
armor's made of dragon.
It's his one hand is legendary thing in of itself. I've got a sheet here. It's called Drakensenu, which is basically the Germanic for dragon's teeth, or dragon teeth. So Drakensenu.
Yeah.
And he's got a shield with dragon scales cut on the front of it, and which deflects fire for him. And then he's got a 2-hander spear, which is made of bone. Now, his plan here was to come out with the dragon bone spear first, and go all 2-hander style. Now, and if he gets too hurt, just switch to sword and board. Now, of course, the sword is really a legendary artifact. It does +7 damage to dragons.
But Amelia's not a dragon.
No.
So unfortunately, that wouldn't have helped him in the long run.
But incredible in of itself, really.
Yeah.
And it's still a really good blade just against people. And it's actually got the tips of dragon's teeth.
But it's like a serrated edge, isn't it?
Serrated parts in on it. So it's extremely cutty. Yeah. Nice. But he didn't need to use that. It's basically the length of a bastard sword as well. He keeps that wrapped up in cloth. He thought, no, I'm going to go with the the two-hander here, because he's focused in the two-hand talent as well, being able to re-roll his damage dice. That helped a lot, didn't it?
Yeah.
Coming out of the gate, Amelia fought very respectfully, got some good damage up, and really, really got the opening plays on him. He was measuring her up, and she was giving him everything she's got. You almost got the feeling like something in him's holding back, trying to take her measure.
Yeah.
Or he wants to try and unleash on her. And then once he'd taken enough damage off of her, he starts switching it up to like all-out attacks, like aim all-out attacks and just aim attacks, and then aim all-out attacks, then
And
aim
guarding
attacks.
attacks.
Sometimes guarding attack. He was switching between them.
Yeah.
It wasn't going very well for the stunt procs for him early on.
Or me, continuously.
Yeah. As it got on, you were pretty much getting each other up equal. Up to the point, weren't you? Like,
Yeah,
the
but his
30s
damage
together.
output was just a little bit better than mine.
Yeah, it was. And, of course, his threshold to go out on the 2/3
Was
is
higher
much
as
higher,
well.
and he's got a better willpower
Yeah.
when it comes to it.
He's got a +10 to his roll. I've only got like a +3.
Yeah. So, it was always going to be difficult in that respect. It got to the point where he got a really good stunt proc off and did a whole load of burst damage, and then, it's just like, right, okay, lethal blow and mighty blows and stuff like that, and he tried to disarm and that failed, but pushed her up along the line to the point at which she needed a target number 9
Yeah.
willpower, which she passed.
Yep. Now, it's a number that can be failed, even with the +3.
Yep.
Because it's quite likely that you may not actually roll a 6 on the dice. You could roll lower. I've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do you think I've started with Amelia with having a -2 cunning? By rolling a 3 in character creation.
Then, also, he then took you up to target number 16.
Which, again, I passed.
Somehow. So the judges weren't prepared to call you out.
No.
And
However-
he did a disarm,
Yeah.
knocked Amorphin 6 yards,
Mm-hmm.
probably
Well,
to the
away
side
from
of
me.
you,
Away from me in general.
off to the side, and did a knock prone.
Amelia pretty much yielded at this point to begin with.
Yep. Yielded into his arms.
Yeah, literally.
He caught her as he knocked her down,
Mm-hmm.
and put his head down to her and spoke to her and said, of all the females and the dragons I've ever slain, all of them being ladies, you are the most interesting and opponent of a lady, the most powerful that I have met. And people some of the jealous women in the audience, they're like, oh, I bet he says that to all the women. Those blimmin' Pentagast.
But did end up going the way I thought it would go. I knew she'd probably most likely not be able to win this one. It'd be as a very big if she could.
It doesn't tell me in the book to suggest at all to try and let the players win this.
No.
It's saying, look, we're giving you these hard guys. Don't fudge anything. They probably won't win. It's saying, if all the players are out by now,
Then
here's what to do,
yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
But you're not going to do that anyway.
So,
You're still going to run it.
exactly. But, got one fight left.
Before the final.
Exactly. One semi-final. Blitzel and that mad dwarf. Still to come, guys, so, keep them peeled, stay tuned, and I'll see you.
Again, this is a big if Blitzel wins. Because I'm still expecting a Kratan versus Ralevi final. I'm going into both of these fights not expecting to win.
Lord Pentagast is in the final.
You know how it is. Expect the worst, hope for the best.
And I'll see you and him at the arena.